Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started. We might have a few more people hop on with us, and that's totally fine, but I want to be mindful of your time. So first of all, thank you so much for hopping on here with us tonight. I just have to say, and I know our entire team feels the same way, we're so happy to have you with us. You have honestly joined such an incredible team at like the most amazing time ever. My name is Jessica. And 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, I was working as a pediatric nurse and really just wanting to be home with my kids and really just kind of wanting an extra $500 a month to help with our crazy amount of debt that we had. And in less than 6 months' time, I was able to match my nursing salary and come home to my kids. And I have been doing this full time ever since. It has been the biggest blessing to my family. I've met the most amazing people who a lot of them are on here today. Yes, Christy's striking a pose. So I just have to tell you that I want you to just get excited about what you're a part of and what you have your hands on. Because I know for me, when I started in this business, I was terrified. I knew nothing about anything. I had no idea what I was doing, but I knew that the potential was there to really do with it whatever I wanted to do with it. And it could be anything that I needed it to be. And it has become so much more. So I just want you to get excited. I want you to get confident in the fact that you're in the right place at the right time with the right people. And we're going to let you borrow our belief in you until you get there yourself, because I know that it's intimidating to start a new business. But we got you back. We totally got you, and it's going to be incredible. So I'm so happy that you hopped on here tonight, because I think half of this business is just getting your mind right, surrounding yourself with the right people, staying close to the fire, and that's what you're doing tonight. So I'm just excited for you. I'm so excited for you. So tonight, like if you've never been on Zoom before, isn't this cool? Do you feel like you're on the Brady Bunch? There is a chat option down at the bottom. So if you have any questions tonight at all, please feel free to type those in the chat. We want to make sure all of your questions are getting answered tonight. We're going to take it slow, just kind of go through some basics. So if you have questions, holler them out. And at the very end, when we're done kind of talking and giving tips, we're going to have a Q&A session. So if you want to ask anything, feel free to. So kind of jot down notes as we go along. And if there's anything that we need to clarify or don't hit on that you need to know, just let us know. Okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and hop in. And we are going to start with Christy Reedy first. She's going to go through just some like business basics and kind of getting to know your eSuite and your back office. Okay? Go for it, girl.
Hey, everybody. I see lots of new faces, and I love it. My left arm's going to go numb because I can't get the lighting right, so I'm trying to hold my light. Can you tell? So professional. Anyway, I'm super excited because I just want to talk to you about eSuite. I think one of the biggest questions, and it sounds like so hard, but it's not. A lot of times people are like, okay, what's my website and what's this back office? What's this eSuite thing? And they're really kind of two separate things. Everybody enters your domain through your website. So when you send customers to your website, or when you go to your website, you all go to the same spot. But what happens when you log in as a distributor, the system goes, oh, wait, this is a distributor. I recognize this number. Let me send you through to the back door because you're a backdoor guest, and then that puts you into your back office. And so your customers don't have access to that portion of it. That's just where you work your business. So when we talk about eSuite, that's your back office. That's where you really do the nuts and bolts and nitty gritty of your business. I'm trying to see if there are any more cliche sayings I can throw into one sentence, but I think I got them all. I'm going to do a screen share so that you can see what I'm talking about in case you've never been in your back office or your eSuite before. So here we go. So this is mine, and I've already logged into my website. So everyone's eSuite kind of looks the same. One of the things that will pop up on yours if you have not logged into your eSuite before is it's like your tax information. So it'll be up at the very top. And basically, you signed up with your social security number and your address and all of that stuff for tax purposes for the government. You just need to click through to make sure that there are no misspelled, nothing in your name is misspelled, that your social security number doesn't have numbers transposed or something, because it happens sometimes, especially if you sign up on your phone. So you want to go through and make any changes that need to be made. And then once you click through that, then you're set. If you get on and you don't go through that stuff, it's going to keep you from getting paid. We call it commission hold. And so you don't want to be on commission hold. You join this business to make money, so get paid for the work that you do. So click through your tax information first just to make sure everything's correct. Also, this whole, can you see my little arrow thing? All of these at the top are super important, but this document library has a wealth of information, like 2 years into the business, and I still haven't scratched the surface, but I'm going to click on it just so that you see kind of some of the stuff that comes up. If you're like me, you've got the compensation plan completely memorized. Just kidding. But what's going to pop up, wait for it, country internet, don't judge. Everybody having a good night? Okay, so you can search, and usually like a screen pops up, but if I search for compensation plan, it's going to pop up. And really, this compensation plan is kind of like our Bible. My country internet may not work, but in that, there's a glossary of terms. It's going to explain how we get paid. It's going to explain the different levels of promotions, but it's super important. And I would print it out and just have it handy. I would say 90% of the questions that you would have about the business, if you check our compensation plan first, you're going to find it. And let me tell you, our compensation plan just keeps getting better and better. And I don't know that any other network marketing company out there can hold a candle to it. It's pretty amazing. If my internet was working properly, I know it's shocking to those of you that know me, there would be a whole slew of documents here. Another thing that those of you that are just joining will want to take a look at is if you type into the search bar guarantee, it will explain everything about that Ruby guarantee and the Emerald guarantee, so that you can make sure that you have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed to make sure that you earn that $1,000 Ruby guarantee in your first 60 days, and that you earn your Emerald guarantee in the first 90 days. So all of that information is in there. Make sure you utilize that. There is also within this document library, any product that we have, you can search by that product, and there's going to be a product information sheet. It has ingredients, it has frequently asked questions, uses. It'll have like a little blurb of information. So if you are following any people, which I'm sure you are at least following one person that you joined under, you will notice that they post and have information about products in their posts. And you're probably thinking, how does she know all of this? I just used those product information sheets when I first joined because they have blurbs about the products and what they do. And so I used that information when people asked me questions, when I needed to post about a product. That's what I referred to. So those product information sheets are a wealth of knowledge. They're in PDF form, so you can download them or take screenshots. I send them to customers all the time so that they know if there's any interactions with medications, or if they want to get things cleared with their doctor. All right, another really important component is the auto shipment. Let me click on that. If you have not yet set up your ADBV auto shipment, and hopefully a lot of you did that when you first joined, this is where you would set up your auto shipment. This is so incredibly crucial to your success in the business. It would be like if I was going to be a product rep for Nikes, but I was like, but I don't plan on wearing Nikes. I'm good going barefoot. I mean, it doesn't make any kind of sense. Our products are top of the line. There is not a product that I've tried that I haven't liked, that hasn't done something amazing for me. So we have over 50 products. You're going to find something that you like. If money is tight, be smart about the products that you set up your auto shipment for. You can purchase the things that you could sell as samples, like the keto coffee, chocolate greens, hydrate, keto energy, collagen, all of those things people sell as samples, wraps, facials. So purchase things that you could resell as samples. That's super smart. There are people that make a killing every month just on keto coffee sales, like selling samples. So if you don't know how to do that, check with your upline or check in our Boss Babes team page, and there are a lot of posts about how to do that. So mine is set up. If you ever need to edit, you just click edit. So I can go through and edit, I can change my items, but I want to point out something super important. This green button up here at the end, I have clicked through and made all the changes I wanted to make, and then I forgot to hit save your auto shipment, and it will revert back to whatever you had last. So this last step right here is super important. The other thing that I want to show you, if you ever need to change the date of your shipment, if you click right here where it says credit card and debit card, I can change the date for my shipment. That scared me because it said May, but that's because it already shipped in April. So whew, I was like, whoop, but we're good. So my last step, if I had made changes of any kind, I'm going to save my auto shipment. But that is where you make changes to your auto shipment. Honestly, I don't change the products in mine because I keep it on things that we use monthly. And so that really never gets changed for me. Commission qualified. This is why that auto shipment is so extremely important. If I run an 80 BV auto shipment, and we'll go back and look at mine, I think mine is 89 BV just because there are products that I can't live without. And so as long as I run this 80 BV auto shipment minimum, I am guaranteed a paycheck every single month, no matter what. And the products that I'm choosing, we're using anyway. My husband and I both use the products, and quite honestly, our kids use a lot of the products. Or I could sell them or give them out as samples. I'm guaranteed a paycheck. If I don't run an 80 BV auto shipment, then I have to make sure that I keep roughly 150 in sales under me when I could be spreading those customers out across my establishment. And we'll talk more about that. I don't want to confuse you, but just know that the best way to make sure that you get paid every single month is to run an 80 BV auto shipment. And then you don't have to worry about it. It's stress-free. All right, let's talk about a couple of reports that are going to be your best friends. So to go to reports, click on reports. I'm thankful they name things like that. Okay, so these are just some basic reports that you'll probably look at, and there are a lot of new reports that will be coming, but I generally click on the additional reports down here in the bottom because this is where you're going to find like the Mac Daddy of all the reports. One that you're going to use frequently is Organization Explorer. So let me show you this one. So this is mine. You'll notice that I'm commission qualified because my 80 BV auto shipment ran on the 4th of the month. I'm Fast Start qualified, which means I'm qualified to receive Fast Start bonuses. But I can search by any customer, any distributor in my entire organization, and it gives me a wealth of information. So if someone says, hey, can you check and see if my order from April 4th has shipped? I can get right on and go, yeah, April 4th, it's marked as shipped. Or I can give them information about their account. Trying to see if there's someone that I feel comfortable showing you their info on. How about my mom? She's now a distributor, so her status is canceled, but so there's nothing there. But anyway, I can look by customer. If I want to send any of my customers a thank you note, I can look in here and I see their address. The only thing it's not going to give you is their password, but if someone forgets their username, you can put it in there, or if they forget the address, the email address that they signed up with, there's a wealth of information in this particular report. The other one that you're going to use frequently is called Tree Viewer. Wait for it. You guys have your thinking faces on. I see your eyebrows furrowed. Like that's some major thinking that's going on out there. Yeah. Okay, so in your Tree Viewer, this is where all of your distributors and all of your customers are going to show up. Right now, as I click on the little drop-down arrows, these are only going to be the distributors on my team. But if I click the little box up here that says Show Loyal Customers, now all of a sudden the customers under each of my distributors are there. This becomes important for a lot of different reasons. I'm trying to figure out, you know, who needs a certain number of customers to get Fast Start qualified, or for me to get my Fast Start bonuses, or, you know, I'm trying to help teammates get their first 4 loyal customers so that they get their shopping sprees. I'm trying to figure out how much my projected volume is going to be to hit promotions. So this report becomes really important. This is one of the first ones that you're going to use when you sign customers, because you're going to be like, oh my gosh, where did they go? How do I find them again? Any customers that you sign up, they're going to go directly under your name. So this is me. These are all of the customers that I have personally signed up and kept under me, or that have been placed under me when I first joined. All right, another one that's important, the support tickets. Every once in a while, you will make a mistake. Made my fair share of mistakes. Or let's say for some reason you get the wrong, this has only happened to be once, like they sent me the wrong product, human error, that happens sometimes. You can create a ticket. It's pretty self-explanatory. There are drop-down windows. Let's say, you know, there was a problem with an order. Here's one that happens frequently. When people earn their $100 shopping spree, they get overzealous and accidentally pay for it instead of putting in the code that makes all of those products free. And then I get frantic emails like, oh my gosh, I just bought $100 worth of product and I shouldn't have done that. I should have used my, you know, my product code. So it's not a big deal. I just show them where this is. They fill out a support ticket and customer service fixes it. So there are categories and subcategories. You just give them like a 3-word blurb of what the subject of it is. And then I find that in this message, this narrative message, the more detailed you can be, first and last name, order numbers, all of that good stuff, the more quickly the issues will get resolved. So you just create a ticket and then you'll get a notification once they've had a chance to look at your ticket, and they'll let you know the outcome of that. In your Connect app, if you have not downloaded it yet, you need to download that because this thing is amazing. I wish you could see me. I need like 8 arms. Okay, can you see that? I don't even know if I need to, I don't think I need to screen share anymore. Hold on. So the Connect app, if you have not downloaded it yet, I don't know if you can see it. It's probably too bright. Anyway, down at the bottom, if you log into your Connect app, there's little message, like message bubbles down there. Click on it, especially if you're just starting. This is huge. If you scroll down, it'll say training videos. They are amazing. You're going to see all kinds of videos. If you click view all, there are training videos on the products. There are 9 different videos on products, keto coffee, hair, skin, and nails. These not only are videos that kind of teach you about the products, but you can send them to potential customers. If they're like, what's the keto coffee? And you're like, I don't know, I just joined a day ago. Go in there, check out the video. You can always send those to people to use as well. So that training academy is huge. All of those videos have just been recently updated. So it's like the most up-to-date information for how to run your business. A lot of them were done by Cami Pentecost, who's amazing, and Alyssa Bilyeu, who is one of our ambassador uplines, and she's actually the upline like queen of our team, and she's amazing. So I'm very proud that she was a part of those videos. There are some terms, and it's in the compensation plan. Please know that if I go over these terms too quickly, that they are in the compensation plan, but you will hear us say words like, I don't think I can get to it there, never mind. BV and GV and PBV. So let me just tell you, BV stands for bonus volume, and that's what we get paid on. So every product has a dollar amount, and then there's a bonus volume amount that's attached to it. So let's talk ThermaFight X, which is our big seller right now. It is $36 with our discount and the loyal customer discount. There is 30 bonus volume, 30 bonus volume that we get paid on. So that BV number is what we kind of refer to as our sales. So now knowing that bonus volume is what we get paid on, there are 2 different kinds of volume. One is called PBV. It's called personal bonus volume, and this includes the bonus volume from your personal orders. So if you run an 80 BV auto shipment, you know that you have at least 80 PBV and you get paid on that. Any customers that you have directly under you, whatever the total of their bonus volume is of their orders, all of that together makes up your personal bonus volume. Then once you start adding other distributors to your team, you have what's called group volume. So this is the beautiful thing about our compensation plan. You get paid on the bonus volume of everyone in your organization, and that becomes your group volume. Okay, so when it's just you on your team and you're all by yourself, your personal bonus volume and your group volume, those numbers are going to match. As you add teammates, even if it's your spouse or significant other, all of a sudden your group volume starts growing, and it's that group volume that you get paid on. You also get paid on your personal bonus volume, but that group volume number is generally larger, and that's the one that we get paid on. Fast start bonus, that's a term that you'll hear us use a lot. When you enroll a business partner or a distributor onto your team, and they have an ADBV auto shipment set up, or they're commission qualified, and they get 2 loyal customers, either because you've helped them or they get them themselves, you get a fast start bonus. That's $100 that comes right to you within the next week. Now, here's the thing that's really important too. Not only have you earned a $100 fast start bonus on that distributor, but you have helped them qualify to start earning them on their own too. So let's say Cammie joined my team. Once she got her second customer and she was commission qualified because she had an ADBV auto shipment set up, I got a $100 bonus because I enrolled her, but she is now eligible to start earning fast start bonuses too. Guys, fast start bonuses are life changers. I earned $1,200 in fast start bonuses last month alone. That's not my commission paycheck. That's not a bonus of any kind attached to any promotion rank that I earned. That's just $100 that kept 12 times that kept coming my way. Every Friday, ding, I got an email. That's amazing. So sometimes I had a hand in helping them get their first 2 customers. Sometimes I didn't. So you want to make sure that you qualify for those by getting your first 2 customers in your first 30 days and make sure you're commission qualified, because they're game changers. You know, that's one of the best pieces of advice I got. If you need to earn $500 this month, get 5 business partners to join with you and help them get their first 2 customers, and you are guaranteed to at least earn $500 this month. So those are game changers. Once you do get paid, either if it's a fast start bonus or on the 15th we get paid, you will get an email notification saying that you have been paid through It Works, and then you can set up your, we call it our pay portal. And so it's just, you know, you can set it up however you want. You can have it set up to where it's a like a Visa card that gets refilled, and you can do that. Or if you're like me, I want it to go directly into my bank account, and you can even have some of it. I mean, just like any kind of paycheck, you can have a portion go to your savings, a portion go to your checking, a portion go to a secret Swiss account that pays for Ray Dunn. I don't know. I won't judge, but I'm just telling you, you can do those kinds of things that may save your marriage. I don't know. So anyway, you have all the flexibility to do the same things that you would with any other kind of paycheck. It just means that you have to get paid first, and then you'll get the notifications for how to set that up. Did I get any questions?
No, I think you nailed it. That was perfect.
Oh, nailed it.
Boom. Perfect.
Boom.
Hey, right. Something too that I wanted to mention as we're going along, if you have not either printed this out, or hopefully your enroller sent you this, but if not, this is in, if you go in Boss Babes in our team page and click on files, you can't probably see this, but I just made this getting started checklist this past month. So if you don't have this printed out yet, go in there and print it out, because pretty much everything that we're talking about tonight is in a step-by-step printed out form. If you're someone that, like me, that loves to check things off, this is going to be your jam right here, okay? So that's in Boss Babes under files. So if you don't have that, have it. And make sure that as you bring in new teammates as well, make sure they get a copy of that too, because I just feel like it's super helpful to have something like that you can hold in your hand and read and check off. So that's there. Forgot to tell you that. Okay, let's pop over. Thank you so much, Christy. Let's pop over to Ashley. We're going to talk about loyal customers.
Hi, guys. Okay, so as I was looking through my notes that I need to talk about, Christy kind of talked about getting fast start. So I'm going to skip that part because I was supposed to talk about that too. And Jess, if I need to go back to that, I guess I can. But let's talk about signing your first 4 loyal customers, because in the beginning, that should be your, after you log into your eSuite and fill out your tax information, that should be your very next goal. That should be what your upline is telling you to do. A lot of times we will tell you guys to try to sign your first 4 loyal customers before your kit gets there. I don't know if you guys like to have fun or not, but that's something that we like to do, is try to challenge you guys to do that just for fun. I mean, does anything happen to you if you don't? No. But you want to get your first 4 loyal customers within your first 30 days. That's the big mark off point. And like Christy said, you want to get your first 2 loyal customers. That's going to get you fast start qualified. And she went through all of that where you would get that fast start bonus. So get your first 2 loyal customers, be commission qualified, you're fast start qualified. But getting your first 4 loyal customers, you get a $100 shopping spree. And who doesn't like to go shopping? So that's basically like It Works saying, congratulations, you guys did really, really well. We're going to let you guys go shopping in our store. You can buy products. You can buy, I think you can buy shirts and gear and business materials, which is so much fun, because I don't know if you guys have seen our clothes. Have you guys seen our clothes yet? Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you've seen our clothes? Our clothes are awesome. And if you're not using that as a tool to market your business, you definitely need to. So I would suggest using part of your shopping spree to grab one t-shirt, because you guys put that on, it's going to start conversations, and that's going to bring in either new business partners for you or a customer. So that's my suggestion. After getting fast start qualified, we're going to get your first 4 loyal customers. You get your shopping spree. Let's talk about the LC program, the loyal customer program. So I know a lot of times when you first start, you're like, I don't even know like what a loyal customer is, what I need to do, how I need to do it. What helped me in the beginning is my upline sent this like these words, how to explain the loyal customer program to me, and I copied it right into my notes on my iPhone. I still use that to this day, and I've been in the business for almost 2.5 years. That is the easiest way to keep different like host to post and stuff like that, but definitely the explanation of the loyal customer program. So what I do when somebody says, you know, what do you have to do to become a loyal customer? I always say there's 2 different ways to become a loyal customer. The first is you're going to pay a $50 membership fee. And I always say it's basically like a Sam's Club membership or a Costco membership, where you pay a membership fee up front and then you get the discounted prices for life. So that's basically the number one way to become a loyal customer. Is you're going to pay a $50 membership fee, then you get the 40% off on a product, but you only have to order that first month. That is not set up as your 3-month auto shipment, that you just order the first month and then you can order 6 months from now, whenever you want to order. And then I say, or the second way is we waive the $50 membership fee up front, and then you order at least 1 product a month for 3 months. I always say you earn 10% back each month on each order, which is our perks points. And I always say, think of like Kohl's Cash. It's basically the same thing. You get a certain percentage back on what you order, and then you get the 40% off for life. Those are the 2 different ways. And I always say the second way is the most popular. That is how all of my customers order. And I've only had 1 person order with the $50 membership fee. Every other loyal customer that I've signed in the 2.5 years does the second way. So that is the loyal customer program. So let's talk about how to sign your loyal customers. Basically, what I would challenge you to do is write down the first 100 people that you can think of. If you can't think of 100 people, write down 10 and then write down 20. I know you guys know more than 20 people. So write down your first 10 people that come to mind. A lot of times it'll be friends, it'll be family, it'll be coworkers. Those are the people that you want to reach out to first. I remember what I did in the beginning is I obviously went to family first, and I just said, hey, I'm really super excited. I just joined this business. I'm looking for my first 4 loyal customers. I would love, love, love to have your support. It would mean so much to me. Can I match you up with a product with one of your health goals? Some said yes, some said no. Get used to hearing the word no. Not everybody's going to say, okay, you've joined this business, I definitely want in. That's just not normal. But don't get discouraged from that, because you are going to get yeses. And a lot of times the people that you are close to will say yes. And that's the easiest way to get your first 4 loyal customers. So we always say, like, your chicken soup list, or I think it's even been called your dirt list. Like, if you were selling dirt, those are the people that would buy dirt from you. Those are the people that you want to go to first. So you want to make sure you're reaching out to your friends and your family and just letting them know that you're super excited and that we have over 50 plus health and wellness products, including a skincare line. And ask that, I mean, you know, everybody right now, especially, you all know people want to feel good in their swimsuit this coming summer. I mean, we have is it April, May, and June. When it's summertime, that's 3 months. That's their first 3 months on their products. They're going to want to feel good in the summertime in their swimsuit and in their shorts and in their tank tops and all that good stuff. So ask them about their goals and match them up with something that we have. Other ways to get loyal customers is to do host to post. Are you guys familiar with host to post at all? I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but will you guys give me a thumbs up or something, or nod your head if you, okay, good. So some of you know about host to post. Host to post is hands down a game changer for your business. It's definitely something that I would start doing right out the gate, because it's going to open you up to so many more people than just the people that are in your network already. It's a great way to add to your network. And it's a great way to open conversations about becoming distributors as well. I know we're not going to talk about that, but if you ask one of your friends and family to host a post for you, and that host a post blows up and gets more than at least 4 comments on it, you can go to that person and say, hey, have you ever thought about doing this business? Because you have 4 people, 4 new loyal customers get you $100 shopping spree. And that's a great way to open that conversation. So host a post is a great, great way to get your first 4 loyal customers. Also, another way is to have launch parties. I kind of shy away from this because I think a lot of people that join this business are super shy and are introverted people. I know not everybody is that way, but I kind of feel like majority of the people are. So I always shy away from this, but I don't know why, because every single time that I do an in-home launch party, you get customers and you get distributors. There's something to be said about getting in front of people and sharing your excitement and sharing the products and letting them touch and feel and smell them. It closes the deal for you. Like, you don't have to sit there and have these conversations through text. They can see how excited you are about it. So if you guys have not had an in-home launch party, get that set up with your diamond or your upline or your diamond upline, whoever is willing to come to your house or have it at their house. A few months ago, I have a lot of team members that are in Evansville. I live near Louisville, Kentucky, and then we have a lot of teammates that are up north in Indy. So what we did is we kind of got some leaders together and we did kind of like a traveling party. One weekend we were in Indy, one weekend we were here at my house, and then one weekend we were in Evansville. And we just kind of had all of the people that were in this area come to my house or a place like an apartment complex in Evansville, and we did one big party together. It was basically like a sip and sample. You guys can do that too. And those of you that have that got the kit with samples in it, that's a great way right there to use that for a party. You don't need to have your entire 50 plus products on hand to have a party. You just need to have a couple packets of coffee, a couple packets of the greens for people to try, and that's it. So don't shy away. If you're a people person and you like to get in front of people and you don't need your diamond upline or your enroller to come, do it yourself. Have people. There's been people that even do like sip and sample Sundays where they open up their house and have people come and just try products on Sundays. Just every Sunday from, let's say, 1 to 3, they have people come to their house, or just say, I'm having people an open house. You guys can stop by whenever between 1 to 3 and try products. Use that first kit that you have, your distributor kit that has those samples. Use that. That's a great way to get loyal customers as well. Jess, did I miss anything? I don't think I did.
No, I think that was perfect.
Okay.
And something too, like if you, like Ashley said, I think honestly, I love, and I get super nervous, guys. Like if I'm gonna go like do like a launch party or like an in-home party, like it seriously, like I get nervous. But like Ashley said, every single time, like it's the coolest thing because you can watch people come in like, okay, like I just love Jess, so I'm gonna show up and be supportive, like, oh boy, right? But then you can literally watch them go from I'm just here because she asked me to be, to like, oh, I didn't know they had that, to like, oh, that tastes really good, and oh my God, like, and then like you can literally see this like transformation of this like, and then by the time they leave, they're wanting all the products, and almost always you're going to sign teammates while you're there as well, because you're like, hey, do you know any other people that want to lose weight, feel better, sleep better, grow their, I mean, like literally we have something for everybody, right? And they're like, yeah. And you could just see like light bulbs go off. So it's amazing. But another thing that I do too, even if they're local to me, I will a lot of times do an in-home party. But a lot of times I will also do an online party which is another option. And that's just like I do over Facebook over a couple of days, invite your friends and family. I post about products for a couple of days. And again, it's a really good way for you to learn about the products alongside your friends and family, which again will get you customers right off the bat a lot of times. And even if they don't order right then and there, you piqued their interest. So they're going to kind of follow you a little bit because you're like, oh, like this is okay. I didn't know they had that, but maybe I'm not ready to order right now, but I'm going to kind of watch. So a lot of times, guys, months, like literally months and months after a party closes, there's still loyal customers are still coming in because they continue to watch you, right? So either way, one or the other or both are really, really good things to do to kind of get your business launched. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Ashley. Okay, let's talk about kind of what's on the table this month for you. Like, what are you running after? What can you earn? What's the dealio with that? So we're going to have Miss Bailey talk to us about that. And congratulations, Bailey, is one of our newest diamonds. All right, Bailey, you're up.
So, like Jess said, I am Bailey, and I am just recently a diamond leader for this company. So, I'm just going to go over, so much stuff has been thrown at you already about like what you can get in your first thing. So, I'm just going to try to simplify it as best as I can. First thing you can grab is that shopping spree. It's already been mentioned a few times. Get your first 4 loyal customers, get $100 shopping spree. And this has already been touched on, but I just want to reiterate, you have a few options with that $100. Like maybe $100 in product seems like a lot to you. Maybe it doesn't seem that much, but a few different ways. You can get some of our samples to sell for cash, get a bag of keto coffee and chocolate greens on the go and sell samples to make a profit out of, and then hopefully get a few customers. You can do samples for giveaways, put together like a pack and be like, in May, I'm going to do a raffle for these products for any new customer I get. Like you can do giveaways, or for host to post giveaways, do a sample pack for anybody willing to do a host to post for you. Or you can do products for yourself, because I think someone mentioned this earlier as well. Like you really want to be a product of your product. When you're actually posting yourself using the products, people are more likely to buy from you than you just sharing strangers before and afters and just giving info on the products. When people actually see you using them, it becomes more interesting. So samples for cash, samples for giveaways, product for yourself. I always tell people, do a little bit of everything. Get yourself one product for yourself to try and have your own before and afters with. Like get some hair, skin, and nail vitamins if you want longer hair, or get a bag of wraps and wrap a part of your body just so you can have something to post about over the next few months that's personal to you. And then use the rest of your shopping spree to get samples or whatever you feel like you need. So yep, $100 shopping sprees, first thing up for grabs. Second thing up for grabs are the rank up guarantees. So I don't know if a lot of you all know this, but since you're new, I think correct me if I'm wrong, but if you joined in March or April, if you joined in February, I think it was active as well. If you hit Ruby in your first 60 days, you get a $1,000 guarantee. That means, say you hit Ruby in 60 days and you've only made like 500 in commissions and $100 shopping spree, they're going to match you. They're going to give you that $400 to make you earn at least $1,000 in 60 days. In this business, if you look at any of our rank up charts from Ruby to ambassador, it's built around rubies. Like, that rank is so key in this business because really that's all you do to rank up is build more rubies on your team. So of course your first huge goal after you get your first few customers, get your shopping spree, is to start working towards that ruby. So Ruby in 60 days, $1,000 guarantee. How you get it is, the first thing you want to do is get your first 4 for yourself. Get your shopping spree, get fast start qualified, get commission qualified. Once you get yourself in check, then it's time to start working towards that Ruby rank. And the first thing you need to do is go find 3 people to do this with you. So that could be like one of your best friends. It could be one of your family members. It could be a coworker. You can just post on social media, like, I'm looking for one business partner to do this with me. Like, who wants to make $500 a month from their phone with me? So find 3 distributors, and then you are going to help them get their first 4, get fast start qualified, and then worry about the rest of Ruby. And I have never screen shared on Zoom before, so we're going to try this, and I'm going to show you what a Ruby chart looks like, because I'm sure some of you guys have already looked at a Ruby chart, but some of you may have never looked at it. So let's see. Can you all see my screen? Yes? No? I can't hear you all.
Yes.
Okay, sweet. Thank you. All right, so here's what a Ruby chart looks like. This is you. You are fast start qualified, commission qualified, good to go here. You are going to find 3 distributors to do this business with you. One of them could be your spouse, one could be a friend, one could be a stranger from social media. It does not matter. You just need 3 people willing to do this with you. And then, so look up here, 3 qualified legs and 2,000 group volume. So a qualified leg, definition of that is they have at least 400 GV. So say you sign Cami. Cami's in this box. You and her work together and get her shopping spree, and she goes off and has an online party and gets a few more, and her GV is 400 BV. She's a qualified leg. And they all at least have 400 in there, you're almost to Ruby. You then have to have 2,000 left over, or 2,000 total GV. So whether you have that directly under you, or say Cami's an absolute rock star and gets her GV to 700 to make up for some of the slack, you just have to have 3 people with at least 400, and you yourself have to have a group volume of 2,000. And remember when Christy was talking, GV, group volume, is your total organization. So it's going to be what's under you personally and what's under all 3 of these people added up together. It has to be at least 2,000. Hit that in, let's see, where's my button? Okay. Hit that in at least 60 days, and the company is going to pay out whatever the difference is between $1,000 and what you made between fast starts, commissions, and shopping spree. I hope that wasn't too confusing, because now I'm going to bump it up a notch. If you hit Emerald within 90 days of joining, you get a $3,000 guarantee. So I'm going to show you what an Emerald chart looks like. Here it is. It's the same thing as Ruby, Except after you get yourself to Ruby, you now choose 2 out of the 3 people on your top line and help them get to Ruby. That's the only difference. Basically, you go to Ruby, then you help 2 others on your team go to Ruby as well. So you have 3 qualified legs, 3 people on your top line with at least 400 BV, and then 2 of those people are Rubies on their own. You have to have 5,000 total GV, and they are going to match you or pay out the difference, whatever you want to call it, of $3,000. So they're going to take your commissions, your fast starts, your shopping spree, and they're going to deduct that from $3,000 and give you the difference. So you have those guarantees, and you can get both of those, guys. Like, you can go straight to Emerald, you can go just to Ruby, like whatever you want to be capable of doing, you can do. So that leads me to talk about something else that a lot of people have in their head for some reason, is do not wait to get your pack in the mail to start working this business. A lot of people say, like, hey, am I allowed to like post? I haven't got my pack in the mail. Yeah, go post on the first day you joined. As soon as you submit that $99, or if you joined for $20, whatever it is, go start watching training Zooms and posting. You don't want to wait for your kit. That could kill 2 weeks of time, and you have these guarantees on the line, and you don't want to waste any time of shooting for that guarantee. So, did I miss anything? Don't wait till you start.
That was so perfect, Bailey. Thank you so much.
All right.
You did awesome. And Bailey's exactly right. I can't tell you the importance of just jumping in and not having to have it all figured out before you get going. We always say ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice, right? People don't really care about what you know or don't know yet. What they care about is that you're excited. And often people will say, okay, Jess, what's the key to success in this business? And I say the same thing over and over and over and over again. Excitement and consistency. Okay, so like run like your hair is on fire, because you've got so much, guys, so much at your fingertips that you can do with this business. So figure it out as you go and let us help you, just like get excited. And that's what people are attracted to. They're like, oh my God, she's so pumped up and I want to be a part of that. They don't care what you don't know, right? Because we can help you with the logistics of it all. Just jump in and have fun. That is what is so exciting for people. And I think honestly, that is what helped me see success so quickly in this business, because I knew nothing about anything, guys, like absolutely nothing. All right. But I knew that I was excited because of the potential. That's what I was excited about. Right. And everybody that gets started with that mindset of not like, oh, I'm kind of afraid because I don't really know what I'm doing. If you just jump in and have fun and figure it out as you go and let us help you, I promise you, you're going to be successful. Okay. The only way that you can't be successful in this business is if you give up, right? I'm going to share a crazy statistic with you. Did you know that over 75% of people that start a network marketing business quit within their first 6 weeks? Isn't that crazy? Their first 6 weeks. But why is that, right? Because for some reason, we've kind of grown up with this like idea that network marketing businesses are a get rich quick thing, right? Like, well, if I don't make like a massive amount of money in like a month, I'm out, right? But if you think about that, okay? How silly is that, right? But we have it in our heads that like, if I don't make this happen right now, then I'm just not good at it. Or if I don't have people messaging me as soon as I make that post that I started at Works, then I'm going to be a failure, right? None of that is true, guys. Absolutely, positively, none of that is true, okay? Statistically, you will make money and you will be successful with this business if you don't quit, okay? And the cool thing about this is that you can make as little or as much as you want, depending on what you want to put into it. Okay, so here's another thing. And there actually is a post in Boss Babes that I put in there in our team page about what I did when I was working full time as a nurse, how I worked this business. Okay, I did the same thing every single day, all the way up to double diamond. Okay, so I want you to know that everybody is so busy. Okay, when I started this business, I felt like I was the busiest person in the world, guys. I had so much going on. My head was spinning. Like I had no business starting something like this. But we can all tell ourselves that, right? We can all tell ourselves that, yeah, well, it's easy for her to say that she makes this amount of money, but, you know, yada, yada, yada. But it's all just the things that we tell ourselves, right? So if you want to make this work, you 150% can make this work for you. And we're going to show you how to weave this into your day. Okay. It does not take a lot of time. You don't have to live on your phone. You don't have to give up your family time. We're going to show you how to make this work for you. Okay. All right. So that being said, let's talk a little bit about social media. Okay. Let's talk about posting. So here's the deal. I'm going to guess that probably 99, 100% of you who join this business or that are on here today are planning to use social media, right? Is it the only way to work this business? Absolutely not. But it's like adding gasoline to a fire, all right? It is the quickest way to make a lot of money because you have access to so many people, all right? So a lot of times what will happen is I'll have somebody get started and they're a few weeks into the business and they've had that initial like grouping of friends and family that have, you know, maybe ordered a product. Okay. And now they're like, I'm done. I don't have anybody else. I've talked to everybody. Nobody wants to order from me. I'm out. I'm done. Right. And I now giggle, but I remember feeling that way, you guys. But here's the deal. When you're using a social media based business, you are not ever, 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 ever out of people. Okay, you're literally open to an entire world of people, right? So yes, your initial kind of run of people that just support you because they love you so much might be done, but now's where the work comes in. But that's where that statistic of the 6-week mark, when people give up and quit, that's when that happens because they think, okay, well, I'm done. All right. So you think about people. I've been in this business for 3.5 years. Okay. And I'm still signing distributors and I'm still signing loyal customers. There are people that have been with It Works for 10, 12, 13 years. They're still signing loyal customers. They're still signing distributors. Okay. So don't let that get in your head because it's absolutely positively not true. Okay. We are a global business and we are open in over 23 countries now, I believe. So you can talk to people all day long. Okay. You will never run out of people who will buy products from you or who will want to earn an extra income. Okay. So posting is absolutely positively, in my opinion, one of the most important parts of this business. Okay. This is a people business and it's about building relationships, but you can do that on social media, which makes it awesome for people like me who feel totally awkward talking to people in real life. Right. Like I could be sitting at a restaurant and someone be like, hey, you know, and I'm like, hi, you know, like I'm totally awkward about it. But get me behind my phone or behind a computer and I can talk to people all day long, right? I have grown my business almost 100% via social media, okay? And you can do the same thing. Now, I started out with 200 Facebook friends, guys, and I did not even have an Instagram account, all right? So don't let that get in your head because you can still have a very successful business and we're gonna show you how to grow that, okay? So consistency. Consistency, 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 consistency. All right. You cannot run a successful social media based business posting once a week or posting when there's a sale or just posting when you feel like it. Okay. Yes. Hang on. Let me get back to that. Yeah. Jamie, I'll answer your question in a second. You just absolutely can't. Okay. If you think about it this way, and I was somebody who almost didn't say yes to this business because I was like, I don't want to be one of those people on Facebook. Like, I don't want to be annoying. I don't want people to unfriend me. Okay. But here's the dealio. All right. A, they're not paying your bills. But B, I've kind of taken on the like, you know what? It's my job to show people how freaking awesome this is. Right. And if you are coming from a place of like, you know what, I'm going to talk about products that I am using or that I'm excited to try. Okay, maybe you haven't used anything. I'd only tried one thing when I started. So maybe you're just talking about things you're excited to try or sharing other people's testimonies or why you love this business, why you love the heart of this business. Maybe it's the fact that It Works gives back so much. Maybe it's the million things that made you say yes. Coming and talking about that and sharing about that from a genuine, heartfelt place, just being you. You guys, that's a really, really good thing. And I can tell you 3.5 years later, some of the people that were in the beginning like, what are you doing, Jess? Right? Are now like, you know what, girl, that's amazing. Maybe they've never bought a product from me. Maybe they've never joined my business, but you know what? Most of them are now some of my biggest cheerleaders because I've been so consistent and so in love with what I'm doing that people will get behind you. Okay. But in order to get to that point, you got to share your journey. You got to share what this business is doing in your life, what it's going to do in your life, what products that you're using. You have to show that. Okay. So think about this as no different than opening up just like a storefront business. Okay. So let's say that you open up a coffee shop, and let's say that you only have an like open sign on your coffee shop door, maybe every Saturday, or maybe just when there's a buy one get one coffee bag sale, or maybe just when you feel like going there. How long would it take for that coffee shop for you to have to close down the doors? It wouldn't take long, right? Okay. It's the same thing. This is a business. Okay. If you want it to pay you like a business or better than a business, treat it like that. Okay. Which means showing up. It means showing up, and how we show up is posting on a daily basis. That is our I am open for business sign, because I promise you time and time again, I get customers and new teammates who come to me who have maybe been watching somebody else for quite a while, but they're not into it. They know that they're not as gung-ho in their business as I am because they're not posting every day. Or maybe they take a month off. Or maybe they're like, hey, I'm shutting down social media for 60 days. I'll be back. And they're like, oh, hey, hi, I'm back and I love it. Works. It's not genuine, right? But I have posted every single day for 3.5 years. So guess who they come to? They come to me. You want them to come to you, right? We do that by posting every single day. And you guys, that is so simple. It is so simple to do. Another thing that we need to make sure that we're doing when you're using a social media-based business is stay positive, all right? Keep the trash off of your wall, all right? Don't be dogging your boss. Don't be cussing out your ex-husband. Don't be, keep that off, right? Because now this is your storefront, right? This is your storefront. So keep it positive. In posting, like I said, posting consistently, that should start on day one, because sometimes what I see, and this is kind of a struggle, is that initial, I'm so excited. I just got started with It Works. This is why This is why I got started. And I'm so excited. This is, yada, yada, yada. And then they go silent for 10 days. And then it's like, here's my coffee post. And they're like, I can't get anybody. Right? So when you first make that initial post, that is you're drawing the line in the sand, right? Because in order to show that you really are excited about what this is going to do for your life, if you want people to buy into that, they're buying into you, right? They are buying into you. So how you want them to buy into you is you got to show that, yes, I'm excited because look at me. I'm here every single day. Okay. You want to post on your regular page. There are some network marketing businesses that it works to have like a separate business page. It Works is not one. Okay. Reason being is, number one, you want to show that you're using the products and what they do for your life. And you want to show what this business is going to do, what it is, how you're working it into your daily life. Okay. It's like that. It's like you still want to be you. Okay. Still post about the things that you post about on a normal basis, okay? And then it's like sprinkling in It Works in there is what we want to do, right? Like showing how that weaves into our life. If you have a separate all business, all personal, it does not work because you're not weaving the two together. Number one, it makes way more work for you. But number two, if you got added to somebody's page where all they did was bombard you with selling all day long, would you want anything to do with it? No. It's the same thing with Instagram. If you have a It Works Instagram page, nix it, okay? You want this all to be one, okay? Okay, so what do we post? Okay, so what I would do, getting started for you guys, this is what I would do. I would do at least one product post a day and something business related, okay? So how do we do that? There are so many product posts that have already been made for you, pictures for you to use. And Lindsay's going to talk about those resources of things that you can use. So we'll get into that a little bit later, but product posts. So maybe it is you. Okay, so this is me. When I got started, you guys, literally the only thing I'd ever touched was the greens. There was a post of me every single morning in my scrubs drinking my greens. But you know what? I sold the crap out of greens. Okay. So it's okay to talk about something over and over and over again, because people are going to know, okay, she really likes it. Tell me more about it. Okay. Product post a day. And again, like Christy said, go to your, product sheets and get info off of there and use that for a post. If you see one of your teammates posting about something, take that idea, tweak it and make it your own. But use that idea. But we also have lots of pages that, like Lindsay's going to talk about, that have actual photos and posts that for you to get inspiration from too. And then business, maybe talking about, what incentives are going on right now. Maybe it is, what you are personally working towards. Okay. Just have fun and be real. Maybe your first check, maybe let's say is $30. Okay. My first check was $45, you guys. Maybe your first check is $30. All right. And you're like, holy crap, that's $30 I didn't have, and I'm buying my family pizza tonight. Make sure you post about that. Every single time you sign a loyal customer, make a post about it. If somebody joins your team, make a post about it. It is those small successes that people can relate to. I can post all day long about the big fat bonuses that I've gotten over the last 3.5 years, but you know what happens? Most people are like, sure, right? But I can post about putting gas in my car. I can post about, paying for groceries, and like, that I can relate to, and I want something to pay for my groceries too. So don't think that anything is too small to post about, okay? Anything that It Works allows you to do, make a post about it. That's a great business post, okay? You can talk about other people's success stories. If you see someone post about their history, Bailey just posted her story last week, and literally it got shared 18 million times because it's so inspiring. But find teammates who have a great story, post about that, or talk about your own. This is my story. This is where I came from. This is why I joined, and this is where I'm going. All right. That people will get behind. And again, it's important not to be super spammy. Okay. You want to make sure that you're still talking about you. So for me, a good way to think about this is like, if you think like, okay, if someone was to write down a couple of things that they would think about when they thought about you. So for me, I'd be like, okay, my Weimaraners, okay, my dogs. I post about my dogs all the time. My kids, the food pantry we started at my husband's school. Those are things that, like, if people think about me, that's probably things that come to mind. So I make sure that my non-It Works posts are those. Okay. Now, Facebook is crazy, and they don't want us to post more than every hour. Okay. So don't get so gung-ho and so excited that you're like, I'm going to post now and 15 minutes from now and 45 minutes from now and an hour from now, because Facebook is going to like bump you down on people's news feeds. So make sure there's at least an hour between any kind of post that you make. Okay. Because it'll mess with your Facebook algorithm. Let's see. Be thoughtful. I think sometimes I really believe that quality is way more important than quantity. So maybe you don't have a couple of posts in that day, but maybe that, your one or two good posts are ones that you really put thought into. They weren't something that you just, found a graphic off of Pinterest and were like, oh, bam, buy the greens, right? Because that's not going to make anybody stop their Facebook scroll. That's not going to make anybody feel anything. All right. So be genuine in what you put out there. Okay. And basically, I mean, honestly, if you're not someone that came into social media posting a lot, you guys, I never posted on social media when I started this. Never. I was a stalker. I was a straight up stalker. It can feel weird, right? And you're like, I don't even know what to do. We have a lot of resources for you, a lot for you to draw from, until that becomes comfortable for you. And then you're going to start learning how to quickly get up a post. For me, it's just part of my day. I'm like, oh, that's a cute thing about my kids. Perfect. I'm going to drink my greens. I'm going to post about it. It will honestly feel way more natural the more that you do it. But the thing that I just want you to remember right now is just to be consistent. Okay. And if you need help with the posting, if wording, if you're like, hey, Jess, I want to make a post about greens today. Can you help me? Absolutely. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Don't hesitate to ask for help, because we are here to help you. But the important thing is just to jump in and have fun with it. Show your excitement. have fun, be you. You don't have to have makeup on. You don't have to be put together. Like, be real, be you. That is what people relate to, and that's what people are going to be so supportive of. Okay? Okay. That's all I'm going to touch on tonight. There is more social media stuff if you want to dive deeper into that. There are more social media trainings. If you search in Boss Babes, they'll be in there. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Let me answer this question real quick. Okay, other ways to build on social media than social media. Absolutely. So some people will just work belly to belly, which means just talking to people face to face. Okay, more of like the old school method of growing your business. And I will say that if you want to make a lot of money just working face to face, you got to be out there talking to people on a daily basis or having home parties. Okay, and some people purely do this business doing vendor events and home parties, booking one party off another party and one party off another party, which works great for a lot of people. For me, that wasn't going to work for me. I got kids at home. I got a busy life. Like, I can't be gone at night. Like, I got to be somewhere where I can just pick this up, make a post in 5 minutes, answer questions. Like, this is portable for me. So this is what works for me. So yes, the other way to do this is just what we call belly to belly. What is your other business, Amanda? It depends. If you have another, what's your other business?
I sell paparazzi, which is $5 jewelry.
Yes. I mean, you can post about it. I will say that it is hard to build credibility with one or the other when you're talking about both. You know what I mean? So I feel like do you have a business page for your jewelry?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Then I would leave that in your business page, and then it works into your personal page, because it's easy to separate, because you don't have to show how like jewelry's like making you feel and doing things to your health and helping you lose weight and all that. That is easily like a business page. It doesn't work well in a business page. So I would say work that one into your personal page. Okay. All right. Any questions on social media? I will answer them at the end. We are going to hop over to Lindsay, and she's going to just give you guys a couple of resources to make sure that you know about to make your life easier.
All right. Hi, can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to try to wrap this up. I know everyone is getting tired, and we appreciate you so much for hopping on here tonight and taking time out of your day to do this. So I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet, but teach you guys some things. So first and foremost, one of the biggest resources you're going to have for the nitty-gritty details is your eSuite. eSuite is something that, to be 100% honest, I'm still learning about. Every single month, I swear I find something new on there. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that was there. And I think we can probably all say that, to be honest. So don't feel overwhelmed by the wealth of information that is there, but definitely dive into that when you have time. And I know as leaders, most of us, we like to tell you where to find information so that you know yourself, and so that you can then turn around and tell your downline where to find it in your eSuite. So don't feel offended if we say, go to such and such place in your eSuite and you'll be able to find it there, because that's just our way of saying, we have this resource, go use it. So I'm not really going to go into detail. I mean, I could talk for hours on where to find stuff, but just know that 99.9% of your answers can probably be answered through your eSuite. If you go to documents, that has all of the rules and regulations for every promotion, every bonus, anything you can think of. So if you are a super green personality and you like to know all of the ins and outs and fine print, you're going to want to go there. Our team pages. We have several team pages For me personally, if you're just starting the business, I only add to Boss Babe starting out because I think it can kind of be overwhelming to be on all of those pages and be getting all of those notifications and not really knowing where to put your attention. So for me, I just add to Boss Babes to start out, but just know that there are 2 other pages that I have written down, the Overcomers and Elite Legacy. We just have such a huge team. We span so large, and so those are kind of, Boss Babes is actually just a little side group from those bigger teams. So if you may or may not have been added to those pages, but all 3 of those pages are a great resource to go to. First and foremost, to keep you up to date. So we are going to be posting in there when we have Zoom meetings, when there are, just any kind of announcements, team-wide announcements, or if Mark makes an announcement or whatnot. Boss Babes is always going to be a place that you can find those. You'll always have all of our contests there. Let me see if I can do this really quick. Guys, I am like the worst with technology. The worst. So I'm just putting that out there, but let me, sorry. Where did I see that? Okay. Let me try this. Can everyone see that? Did I do it? Okay. So let's say we are going to go to our Boss Babes page. And I am like almost never on my laptop. I'm almost always on my phone, but I'm going to try. So it's going to look a little different on your phone, but you'll just go to the search tab within the Boss Babes page. And let's say you're signing a customer and you get an error code and you're like, crap. It's like one thing after another. We'll just go to the Boss Babes page and type in error codes and search for that within the page. And you'll find like any archived post that someone has made with pertaining to error codes. So here you can see these are common error codes. I don't know, and this is from obviously 2017. So you may or may not find your answer there, but that's just an example of one way that you could use our team pages. And that applies for just about anything. It doesn't have to be just error codes. If you have questions about a product, sometimes you can find your answers doing it that way. Like you can type in reactions with blah, blah, blah. And then it's like almost kind of, you have to do a little stalking, go to the post and then the comments and look and see if anybody's replied. Sometimes you can answer your question that way, sometimes not. But just know that is an option. You can use your search tab within the pages. And then just be aware of the notifications that you get from those pages. Make sure they're turned on. You'll get plenty throughout the day, but I typically tag all of my team members in things that they really need to see. So just make sure you're following up with the notifications that you're tagged in particular. Okay, so also on Facebook, there is the Signing Loyal Customers and Distributors page. And that looks like this. Okay, and so this page has just about every product, definitely our most popular ones, along with, so if you want to search within this page for a particular product, so let's say you are wanting to make a post about hair, skin, and nails, but you don't know where to start. This is a great resource to give you some ideas for posting about products and the business both. So if you, again, go to the search tab within this group and type in hair, skin, and nails, search, you're going to have pop up this post, and then you'll see, if you click on it, you'll see it's going to look way different on your phone and better, but there'll be different comments and, oh, great. How do I get out of this? Oh. Abort. Okay. So if you go to the comments and scroll, you'll find different wording, different pictures that you can use. I mean, ideally, those are there to inspire you to kind of twist them and make them your own. But a lot of them are very generic. And if you need to copy and paste on a day when you're running out of time, so be it. So this is a great resource page for, again, ideas on how to post about products and the business opportunity. I think if you type in business opportunity in that little search tab, the same thing will happen for business posts. And typically, I think this is updated, like when we have BOGO of anything, they'll oftentimes add in like BOGO wrap posts, and you can go there to find some things. One thing I did want to talk about too is on Facebook, the stories to explode your business. And if you can't find any of these pages, just go to your upline and you may not have been added or something like that. Again, I think I typically add to these kind of step by step as you go, so that you're not just thrown into everything and you just feel overwhelmed. So this story to explode your business is another really good one. It has, again, it looks way different on your phone. It's easier to navigate, in my opinion, but all different ideas on posts for your stories, for Insta stories and Facebook stories. So it's got like consecutive pictures and posts that you can just post. So this is another awesome page. And then we have the first 25 post page. Which, starting out, is obviously a great resource because it literally walks you through the first 25 posts. How to get started if you're just literally sitting there thinking, how do I get started? What do I post about? This is pretty much foolproof. Okay, I think that's all I have for the pages. I just really skimmed the surfaces of those, but if you have questions specifically about the pages, feel free to reach out to your upline. Let me do this. Okay. Ask questions. I think that's one of the biggest things. I know people tell me all the time, I'm sorry I have another question. Don't hate me. I'm like, no, I want you to ask questions. When you're asking me questions, I love that, because that makes me feel like you're working, like you're making an effort, like you want to be successful. So ask questions. Now, I will say I personally love it when you come to me with a little bit of knowledge on the subject. So, or if it's something that you're asking consecutively over and over and over again, maybe at least, come at you with, I know it's this way, but can you just clarify this for me? So again, we are here to help. We want you to be successful. We are a team here. And so never, ever, ever feel like you can't reach out with questions. We were all in your shoes at one point. And I ask questions to this day. Jessica probably gets 1 or 2 texts from me weekly on, just certain things, because it is a lot of information, and that's what we're here for. So ask questions. Don't be afraid. These Zooms and YouTube trainings, anytime you see a training or a Zoom that's being offered to you, that is a gift. That is an extra and a bonus that not everybody has. Not all of these companies and teams out there do stuff like what we do. You guys have your hands on something so amazing. You have people that are so successful in the company, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but way up there, that are willing to pour into you guys the information that they have and the just the knowledge that they have to get them to where they are at this point. So take advantage of that. They're taking the time out to help you, so take advantage of it. You're not going to be able to tune into every single one, but I think if you can be doing something like that weekly, that's going to benefit you tremendously. Staying plugged in like that, I think, is just so important, because you're going to have days, you're going to have weeks where you're like, what am I even doing? Like, you're going to be like, what am I doing? What did I get myself into? So I think it's so important to stay plugged into stuff like this when we offer it, because it's really going to help you in the long run. So,
yep.
All right. I think that's all we have. Are we going to do question and answers if we have them?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Linz.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So that is the gist of the tips we wanted to give you tonight, but we want to make sure that we answer any questions that you might have. So feel free to either unmute yourself and ask away, or type them in the chat, and we will answer your questions. Power hours. Yes, I love power hours. Okay, so that's actually something that I work my business around entirely. So basically what that is just dedicating an hour. Okay. And a lot of times if you'll see like a post like, hey, we're going to do a power hour tonight at 9, basically like we'll hop on a Zoom like this, and for an hour we will just work together. Okay. So a lot of times those will be guided power hours. So we might say like, okay, for 15 minutes, you're going to add new friends on Facebook. And then for the next 10 minutes, we're going to work on a product post. And then for the next 10 minutes, we're going to do this. So basically, it's just like an incremental time where we just kind of like help each other. And then what's nice too is like if someone gets a message or someone gets a question and they're like, oh, I don't know, then they'd be like, hey guys, how would you answer this? So it's just a way to build relationships, to help each other out, and to know that you're spending an hour working your business. And I'll tell you one thing, you guys, when I got started with this business, I literally would work 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here, a bathroom break here, right? Like I did not have a solid 1 hour. But now that's what I do, because I know that I want to have the day to like be with my kids and volunteer and do whatever. So I will work in power hours. Like, okay, I'm going to set a timer. I'm going to work for an hour solid, and then I'm going to do whatever I want. Because I will tell you one thing, if you can dedicate an hour a day to this business, even if it's broken up in 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 20 minutes here, it will blow your mind how quickly you see success. It's awesome. But that's what power hours are.
Side note, just because I listened to this on a podcast this morning, Rachel Hollis says in Girl Stop Apologizing and in one of her Rise podcasts that if you don't have an hour a day to spend on your goal, then you don't have a life. So it just has to be a priority, whether it's waking up early or going to bed late after the kids are in bed. You have to have an hour to yourself to work on your goal.
Love it. Good question about, they do really prefer that we use only before and after pictures. That's a great question, Amanda. And it's really easy to do that through your Connect app. You can send those in. And it'll just ask like, what products did you use and what was the time frame? But then that way it's like, it looks nice and it looks official too. But they do that to protect us. So basically they just want to make sure that we are staying within compliance with whatever, regulates us. So yes, they do prefer that we get those approved before we post them. Okay. Suggestions for those of us that work full time aren't free until after 9, other than time to put. Yep, absolutely. I was one of those. I was absolutely one of those people. Search in Boss Babes. I made a post about how I worked my business as a nurse when I did this. But basically, like, I would just utilize the time that I had. So I would, listen to trainings like this in the car. Like, instead of listening to the radio in the morning or on my way home, I would listen to trainings and I'd find maybe a leader on YouTube. Something that I would just be like, okay, that helps, or that makes sense. I used my time wisely. I would take my phone into the bathroom at the hospital and make a post. Maybe like the night before you go to work the next day, maybe save in the notes in your phone what you want to post about tomorrow. So maybe like, okay, I'm going to save a cleanse post, or I'm going to save, something else, so that when I go to the bathroom or on my lunch break, all I have to do is copy and paste it, and then I'm done. So just, I think, kind of preparing for your day is huge, because you don't know what your day is going to bring, right? Like you don't know how crazy it's going to be. You don't know if you're going to get a lunch break or not going to get a lunch break or whatever might happen. So just kind of trying to prepare for that. But I'll tell you what, though, a lot of like following up with customers or following up with, potential customers or distributors, I do that a lot of times at night anyway, because I feel like a lot of moms especially are on social media or on their phones after they put their kids to bed. So it's not a bad time then. But I know something too that I hear a lot of times is like, well, I don't want to get up earlier. I don't want to go to bed late. My day's already crazy. I will tell you what, if you can get up 15, 20 minutes early in the morning, prepare for your day, or go ahead and make like a first post, and then maybe stay up a half an hour later at night, prepare for your day tomorrow, maybe, send a couple messages or follow up with people. Number one, you'll feel so good because you'll feel so accomplished for the day, but you will be amazed by just that extra 15 to 30 minutes that you've added to your business in that day, how much that will help your business grow. So if you can, add those little moments there, I would, on lunch breaks, I would even like just go out and sit in my car so I could get away from all the craziness. Even if it was like 20 minutes, like I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna like make a post, or I'm gonna like follow up with a customer or whatever. So just finding those little moments where you can like just sneak in a little bit for your business will add up massively. It doesn't take a ton of time, just finding those little moments until that grows into, a successful business for you. What other questions you guys have? Let's see. For me, I usually do like, I would say, like for me, like when I was working, I would like that 15 minutes that I would get up early before I got in the shower, I would make like a first, like getting started, like morning post, like have a great day, everybody, like a positive kind of thing. Or maybe it's even you drinking your keto coffee in the morning, or, whatever that might be. And then I think like mid-morning is usually good if you have like a 10 or 11 that you can do. A lot of people are on their phone around lunchtime, obviously. But I think as far as for me personally, I have found that for my like business posts, I tend to have the most response later at night, like 8 or later is when I usually get the most response. Cause I feel like a lot of moms are on their phones later at night. But not necessarily. I think there probably is, like great times to like catch the algorithm, but honestly, whatever you can do. Mine varies. It honestly does. Yeah, it's all about just finding the time. It really, really is. Like it's easy to get caught up in the like, well, I just don't have time. They have the time and I don't have the time. But if you think like, okay, well, I've got, if you're scrolling on Facebook, or if you're going to eat lunch, or while you're doing this or doing that, usually if you think like, I can make a post in less than a minute sometimes, guys. Like you can, especially if you already have an idea in your head, or utilize those pages that Lindsay was talking about, you can do those really, really quickly.
You might have already said this, but pre-planning I think is huge.
Yes.
If you live a life Monday through Friday that's literally like sun up to sundown, you're just gone or you're moving.
Yep.
Use your weekends, use your Sundays, even if it's like 1 hour, that's an hour that you can sit down, like hash out those posts and have them ready to go. Even the wording, because sometimes for me, wording and just the verbiage to use with the pictures can be the hardest. So type those out in your notes, label them Sunday, whatever you need to do.
Yep.
I think that's huge.
Yeah. Like plan your day. You think like, how teachers make like plans for their week. You do the same thing with this business. Absolutely. Now I will say there's nothing will replace that, like, you get your first paycheck, or, something happens, you're like, oh my gosh, like that is a great time to post, right? When you're feeling happy, grateful, excited, that's a great time to post, because that's what people are attracted to. So leave some room for that. Leave some room for the real and the unplanned. But like Lindsay said, absolutely. It makes it so, it's going to make your life so much easier to just plan it out beforehand. 10 o'clock is not too late to post. No, absolutely not. It's not. I would say if you can post another time throughout the day or even in the morning for sure. But no, 10 is not too late. And so Jamie, what you could do if you work nights, I worked nights at the hospital as well. You can do like make one later at night and then go ahead and save one in your phone to post in the morning. And then maybe like before you leave to go home, or like what I would do a lot of times is I would drive home, and before I got out of my car to go inside to be with my kids, I would make another post because I knew when I walked in, I wanted to be mom, right? So I would park my car, make another post, and then go in. So that's another, you could do one in the morning too. No, you are never going to post too much about the same product. And I'll tell you what, I sell the most coffee and greens because that's what I talk about the most. Lindsay sells the crap out of the coffee because that's what she talks about the most. Ashley Conkler will tell you the exact same thing. But people buy that, but they could because they're buying you because you are being so like, here I am again and again and again and again. They're like, that girl loves her greens, right? So you are never going to post too much about a product. I promise you that.
And I actually tell a lot of my new people when they're first getting started, because we have so many products, like choose 3 to 5 products you would like to use yourself and focus on those. Because like if you look at my page, you rarely see me post outside of TFX, Keto Coffee Greens, Cleanse, and Fat Fighters. Like those 5 things, like you will rarely, unless there's a promo or something, see me post about other things. And I sell the most of those 5 things. Like, so if you're feeling like overwhelmed, like I have no idea, like go ahead and choose a handful of products that you think you would like to promote and that can go together, that you can package together. Like if someone's interested in TFX, I always try to upsell them to the Cleanse or to the Fat Fighters. So find just 3 to 5 products if you're feeling overwhelmed with how many products we offer that can go together or individually that you would like to promote.
Yep. I was going to say something about that else and I forgot. It'll come to me. What else? What else you got? Let's see what else I had. On social media. Can't drink the coffee just because you don't like it? Oh, you don't do caffeine. Okay, you can still talk about it. You can still promote products that you are not using. I made a post about Relief. You guys have never taken a Relief in my entire life, but my dad started taking it, and I made a post one day about how it was helping him so much, and I sold the crap that month out of Relief. I had no personal testimony of it. I couldn't say what it made me feel. But you can talk about products and why you can say like, this is like our one of our number one selling products. Like people are raving about this. Oh my gosh. So you don't ever have to say, I love this product or I love how I feel on this product. Simply talking about what it is and what it does, and why it's so popular and showing, because we have so many before and after pictures with that too. So you can absolutely positively post about it like crazy and not once ever say you love it or that you've even tried it. Because there's a lot of products. Like for me, I've never touched hair, skin, and nails. I sell it all the time. My hair grows like a mother, and I can't tell. It would be horrible for me to even take it, but I sell it like crazy. Like oh my gosh, like our number one hair vitamin. Here's results. People buy it like crazy. So absolutely don't feel like you can only talk about products that you yourself use, because you can talk about what we have, what it does, and why people love it. And sharing other people's testimonies, guys, is huge too. Relief is for joint function.
I think sometimes we forget that we are a brand rep. Like you are not, yes, it's good to look at it as like a friend sharing with another friend, but at the same time, you're representing a brand. You're not representing just 1 or 2 products that you're expected to use. I don't think it's it's feasible for any of us to use all of the stuff that we offer. It's just not going to happen. But that doesn't mean that you can't talk about it and that you can't, like Jess said, sell it to other people or, promote it to other people, because you don't know who out there, that might want it or might benefit from it. So I understand where that thinking comes from, feeling like you can't promote something, but let them be the ones to worry about that. If they come to you and they ask you, do you personally use this product? Obviously don't lie to them, be honest, but say no, but I love, XYZ, and so has gotten great results from this. That's all you have to say. I feel like you don't have to feel, super confident because you are not confident because you don't use it yourself.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of times I will say, I remember even saying that in the beginning, like, I haven't tried that yet, but let me find out for you. Or I haven't tried that yet, but my friend Trista uses it every day and she raves about it like crazy. Or my friend Jess has lost 15 pounds with it and she loves it. I can't wait to get mine. Like something like that. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yes, coffee testers, absolutely. And then basically when they, like if you get any takers on that or anybody comments on that or messages you about that, you just simply send them info on the coffee, what it does, and then the pricing. And then as far as loyal customer pricing goes, and I think Ashley may have talked about this before, but anytime you make a post about a product, don't put the pricing in the product because you want people to ask you questions, right? Don't answer everybody's questions in your post, because you may have so many people that were interested in it, but now you've answered the question and now you're not ever going to know, right? So like if someone comments, let's say I make a coffee post and they comment like how much, I will just comment back to them, sending you info or messaging you. And then I will let them know, hey, coffee is I don't know what it is, $65 retail price, or as a loyal customer, you can get it for $39. And then when they say, what's a loyal customer? Then I send them that loyal customer verbiage. Always say 90-day tester, 90-day product tester, 90-day product model. And then people don't get like, well, I thought it was free, right? Or I will say, get 90-day product testers or 90-day product models at my price or with my 40% off price. A lot of times is what I say. Oh, good. You got 2 messages today. Awesome. Love it. Love it, love it. And then following up, you guys, that is like the name of the game. You're going to get people that are like, ask questions or, ask pricing or whatever. And then it's like crickets, right? And you're like, okay, now what? Follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. Right. And a lot of times what I'll say is, hey, I am going to, I would love to get your order in. Do you have any other questions for me? Super simple, right? Like, hey, I know you're interested in the coffee. I'd love to get your order in for you tonight. Any other questions you got for me? So just make sure that you're following up, because oftentimes we create this in our head that like, oh, I bugged them, or, oh, they don't want it, right? But sometimes people just forget, they don't have that sense of urgency about buying this product as we do in selling it, right? We're like, now. And they're like, yeah, I'll get to that later. So make sure you follow up and ask like, hey, you ready to get your order in? And they're like, oh yeah, thanks girl. 99.9% of the time I put those orders in myself. 99.9% of the time, because I want to make sure they're on my website and that the order gets put in, right? So usually I just say, hey, I'd love to get your order in. Are you comfortable giving me your info? I can do that right now. And I don't know what it is about me saying, are you comfortable giving me your info? They never tell me no, right? I'm like, hey, text me, call me, whatever. And then that way I make sure it gets put in correctly. But people appreciate that too, I have found. Like they think it's going to be like long and lengthy, and they're like, oh, and I'll get to that later. If I'm like, hey, I can do it for you. Like, oh, thank you. Those wraps are not still on sale. No, they are not. No, but what you can basically say is they're not on sale, but I would love to set you up with my discount. So basically you can say, you can get a bag of wraps for $99 retail, or you can get my discount, which is 40% off as a loyal customer, and they would just be $59. Anybody else have anything? Okay, let's see. $30% thing for the facial. I don't think I've seen that. Do we have a facial thing going on? Yes, totally agree, Kelsey. People get paid on Fridays, so that is a great time to follow up with people, for sure. So yeah, so anytime there is like a special deal, like a 30% off thing or a BOGO deal or whatever, yeah, it will be a limited time offer thing. Okay. So another thing too, guys, in the files section, if you click on files in Boss Babes, there are like some tip sheets to send to customers. Like if they order the cleanse or TFX or the wraps to make sure that they're like using it correctly, I always send them those. So if you search the files section in Boss Babes, there are so many even sheets for you to keep track of customers, follow up, all sorts of like really good tools for you guys to use. And we don't talk about that enough. So make sure you check that out. There's a lot in charts. Like if you need like Ruby chart or an Emerald chart or anything, everything is in there. Just go to files in our team page. Okay. I think we got everything answered. We good? Good for now? Now, like I said, don't ever hesitate to reach out to any of us and ask questions because we are 150% here for you anytime that you need us, okay? And like Lindsay said, we love questions because that means like you're wanting to learn, you're wanting to grow, and we love that, right? So don't ever hesitate to ask questions. We are here for you, and we're just so excited for you. Seriously, so excited for you. So I appreciate your time. I know that this went long, but I feel like we covered a lot of really good things. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. So all right, guys, thank you so much for hopping on, and we will chat soon.